Got a couple different whiskeys here with us.
Yeah.
And so what is the main difference, do you think, between like this, which has the nice label on it, a Highland Park 12-year, and this Dalyuen, which has your wife's fancy handwriting on it? What's going on with that?
Really good question, and I would say that's a question that we field a lot in the store when people come to say, what do you guys have? What is this? Do you make it? Any of those kinds of things. And the first of all, I would tell them that it's mass distribution versus single barrels or very small quantities. There's no doubt in my mind that Highland Park is the 12-year is available everywhere. Mm-hmm. It is a delicious whiskey. It is well constructed. There's not a problem in the world with it. And it doesn't say there's no caramel color or chill filter in it, we'll save for another show. But in the case of the Dalyuen, which is either bought in a single barrel or a small batch from an expert in the industry, Stuart Lang, brokers for Vom Fass, companies like Highland Park or Dalyuen or Brayville, they offer him and people like him these honey barrels at auction, or they're bought from the distilleries themselves. And you asked why 12-year. 12-year is a pretty common expression for the character of a distillery in Scotland. It's about how long, without going into temperature and humidity and all sorts of other sciencey issues that'll make people fall asleep on the other side of the camera, it goes into how long it takes for something to mature. In places like India, it might be much faster. In places in Colorado, it might be a little bit slower. You can gain or you can lose alcohol. So 12 years is about the standard expression of how you can tell the character of a distillery in Scotland.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd say that 12-year is kind of the industry standard in the sense that it must be at least this to become this.
There are much younger whiskeys. You had said before in a previous video that age doesn't necessitate, either expense or quality. Yeah. But in the terms of how long things stay in oak barrels, and generally, you don't have a lot of variation in elevations or humidity or temperature in Scotland. In order to gain the character of what they have, these products kind of start their peak at 12 years.
Okay.
There are plenty younger. There's plenty older. But this is a good baseline, 12 years. So if you're at the store, try to find yourself a 12-year expression. They're not always a lot of money. Sometimes I find this for as low as $35.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same when you have experts in the industry who are brokering bottles, buying them. Our company buys the entire batch and has them bottled for our process. It takes more time, it takes more effort, and honestly, it's a little bit more special of a product.